Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Rocket Monday, we're going to talk about NASA's Artemis III announcement. So let's dive deep into it. So what is Artemis III? Artemis III is what we classify as stepping stone to sustainable lunar exploration, because be mindful, America has already been to the moon. This time the whole aim is to stay on the moon. So fundamental what you call design shift has happened. China's point of view, China's project is still a national project. This is a what you call government guided private partnership, so to say. So it's almost a different ecosystem. And all the critical things, because again claims are free to make, but the critical things would be tested on low Earth orbit. So if something bad happens, the recovery window is much closer, much more forgiving. Critical meaning you want to dock these things, you really do not want to do that first time on lunar orbit. You want to dock in low Earth orbit. So if things work, great. If do not work, you have some wiggle room. So that's why it's going to happen. And there are four major players doing this, which is NASA, Big Puppy, ESA, a rich puppy, then you have SpaceX, and then you have Blue Origin. So all of these four players are gonna work together, and all the system would what you call define how the heck you're gonna build the final iteration of human landing system on the moon. Like we got the basically transporter is done, rockets are done, take it and go. Like those things are done, sorted, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's just that we have no idea how the heck we're supposed to land. So we are doing, basically NASA is doing the exact same thing that they did in Apollo era. Before they directly committed to landing on moon, they had everything rehearsed on low Earth orbit. That same thing is happening here. And all the feedback, basically, oh, I think this system is not working, or this system was good. All of that feedback will be used for refining the final topology for HLS, human landing system, and training of the ground system, because again this was the biggest hustle with SLS. The way SLS was going, it was 100% useless, and right now current iteration is almost like $4 billion per launch. Yeah, that it's not gonna happen. And not to mention, it's very messy rocket, as in nobody has any idea how it works. Why? Yeah, I launched it last time, that was 5 years ago. You will forget how the heck it's supposed to happen. So the idea right now is launch it at least once a year and target 2 launch per year. So this should become a normal, routine, boring thing where they just know how it works. And that, again, that was the inherent design plan, but that's what they are trying to achieve. So Artemis 2 happened, and they are working their ass off to make sure Artemis 3 happens at least within 1 year window, not like 3-4 years from now. And that's why they are rushing everything. It has to happen. Only then they can guarantee that people who are working on this rocket worked on like last mission and previous mission before that. If they are like 10-20 years apart, or like, you know, even 4-5 years apart, people move in those sort of time frame. So training of ground system and a sector collaboration. It's no longer just like, oh, we have NASA and other branches. No. We have NASA, we have ESA, we have Blue Origin, and we have Starship. All of these. That's a massive interoperation. It's a very involved system. Heck, you even have Lockheed Martin, Airbus. So it's a complex puppy. So crew has been selected for this. So we have 4-man crew this time, and we have Randy, this gentleman. He is a veteran. Basically, he's the guy. Like if something goes wrong, you call him. He's the guy. And then you have Lucan. He's the experienced ESA pilot. He's like from European kind of system. And then you have Frank Rubio. He's the doctor. He's like the doc of the mission. And then you have Andre. He's the rookie. So these 4 are going. I was like, wait a minute, why do we have rookie? That's by design. You're supposed to train new systems. And again, he had experience with backup crew of Orion mission Mark II, so to say. So that these are the 4, more than enough qualified people, and again, experienced people. So we have things, if something goes wrong, who to handle it, who to take care of things, everything is there. Now SLS, this is the biggest mess America could have done after a space shuttle, and holy damn, it's a hilarious mess. Like it is so abnormal, like looking from Bush era, and I'm like, George W. Bush Jr., I think, had a simple idea. It's like, okay, let's do something proper. And the idea was Constellation project. Take the hardware from space shuttle, make something useful. And they even did launch, by the way. And that time the idea was you're going to have a liquid tank, and it's going to be a 1 rocket of its own. Then you're going to have the solid booster acting as a 1 rocket of its own. They did that. They actually launched it. Video is available. And then it's like, yeah, Obama comes in, it's like, looks into it. So rather than shrinking it, Obama is like, delete it. It's like, and Congress fires missiles. It's like, bro, no. And that's how America lost its brain. So because he fired missile on a system that Congress did not want to, again, he could have saved America a lot if he had just like, hey, let's shrink it. How about that? How about we shrink it? It was much cheaper, much more closer to be done. So because he cancelled the Constellation, Congress created a newer mess known as Senate Launch System, as in, let's burn money. So the delay in this system has, like, this should have been done a decade ago. That's how delayed it is. And this is supposed to be on Mark II iteration of it right now. Yeah, that's not happening. So because of the delay and the mess, right now there is only one physical working second stage for this. This is first stage. Second stage, there is only one piece in the world. So they do not want to use that. I'm like, wait a minute, can this rocket reach orbit without it? Yes, easily. It's how space shuttle was reaching orbit in one stage. Technically, it was doing parallel staging, but hey, one thing. So this one thing will go to orbit, and Orion is not heavy enough. So why do they need second stage? Second stage needed for lunar injection burn. So if you are doing everything in low Earth orbit, that allows them to safeguard that second stage, and that allows them to be sure that Artemis 4 will not be delayed, because everything below second stage is sorted. This tank, there is fourth tank that is under construction, and fifth tank that is already sorted. Like how the heck they're going to build it, like that pipeline is sorted. Solid booster, that pipeline is sorted. All of those things are sorted. First stage, core stage, done. Second stage is not done. So they're like, okay, let's safeguard the second stage. Let's just go with this. So to make sure they can handle it, the project was created in such a way that they're like, okay, we're going to cancel the upgrade plan, which was the original plan. Rather than using some, I think, Atlas 5 second stage, you're going to have a proper second stage. Yeah, that project had been deleted. I think Boeing burnt so much money on that. It's like, yeah, we do not know how to do metal welding. I'm not joking. That's in the investigation report. It's like, they forgot. Actually, there was only few people who knew. They retired, and it's like, so they're like, okay, we're going to throw all it away, and we're going to buy commercial second stage. So they're going to buy second stage from ULA Centaur V upper stage, this puppy. So this puppy is way too small. And this will have two RL-10 engines rather than one. Now, if you remember the Artemis II managed with one engine. If one engine can take you to moon, having two engines gives you some amount of redundancy and gives you more than enough efficiency that you can have some wiggle room. Same propellant size, but you can have some wiggle room. But it does require to build a new adapter. This diameter is too small. They need diameter change of almost 3 meters. So it will look like clunky puppy. So they have to work on that interstage, so to say. That will be the next plan. That's what's under construction right now for Artemis 5 and Artemis 6. That's going on right now. But for Artemis 4, they have the safeguarded second stage. For Artemis 3, they are building a buffer stage. Now, why do you need a buffer stage? Well, the control computer will short circuit if you remove 30 tons from it. It will like, what the hell happened? It will get confused, and aerodynamics will change. So aerodynamics should not change, and the weight, basically center of gravity and mass flow, all of them should remain exactly the same. For this reason, they're going to have a ballast weighted, meaning it's not just an adapter. It actually has the same weight as the fully fueled stage 2. It has to be there. Otherwise, the computers there will get confused. And again, they do not have enough time to do a test mission. So that will happen to keep Artemis 4 track going. Put a spacer so rocket does not change with weight. It's not just spacer for space. It's spacer with weight. And second stage has been safeguarded for Artemis 4. That gives them some probability. Assuming human landing side works on it properly on our schedule, they could actually beat China. I can trust this part. SLS, it's very late, but the part has been sorted. Like the kinks have been ironed out, and the main thing that was burning their money away, they have deleted it. That launch tower, the second launch tower that was burning money, delete. The second stage that was burning money, delete. Everything deleted. And this is already in mass production, as in few stages physically exist. Engine mass produced. So likelihood of them figuring out how to make an adapter ring, I have some faith they can pull it off. And given the fact they will have a lot of experience building the spacer. Spacer not only has to physically have it, physically have the mass, and physically do the electrical wiring and plumbing and all that. So they will pull it off. So this is happening with SLS. This will be the crew transporter. Now we come to the main hassle for America, which is human landing system. They never designed a proper human landing system, which again, I have to say it was laughable when SpaceX proposed this and everybody went with it. I'm like, how much corruption was there or how much stupidity was there? I do not know which one is worse, because fundamentally now they're like, hey, both of you fight and we'll select the winner. So idea is SpaceX and Blue Origin will fight and the winner will get Artemis 4 contract. So they are saying go. There will be 3 launches simultaneously in sync. The first would be Starship or Blue Moon, whichever can stay in orbit. Blue Moon design wise is most stable, so Blue Moon most likely will be first. Starship would be the second. Third would be SLS, simply because SLS have people on them. SLS can only hold for Orion for 15 days. Mission window is that much, and both must dock with Orion, and this is where the difference falls apart. Blue Origin was actually planning for a lunar system with a deadline. Elon Musk was smoking. He was like, okay, what if we take the second stage of a rocket, forced it on the moon? Why? Like this whole section, this whole bottom section is 100% useless. There is no value of that. It's just burning fuel. Carry that's the payload. That's it. And it's like, we're gonna refuel it. It's like, yeah. No, you can't. You can't just like, cha-ja, we're gonna refuel it. It's like, yeah, you need to do that. How many times? 10? 20? 25? Oh, wait a minute. You need a third rocket whose sole job is depot. So you refuel the depot, and hopefully depots will have a better insulation, better solar panels, because again, they will have to run the cryo coolers and all that. So that will maintain the enough propellant that once everything is done, once the depot is full, then you launch the this puppy, and then depot dumps all its fuel into this puppy in one go. Yeah, that's not happening before 2030. That's not happening. Again, there's a fundamental design flaw is there. It's like you're forcing a second stage to do job of a third stage. Unnecessary. Can you force it? Of course, you can force any damn thing. It's just that unwise. And again, you can see that the contract was given long ago. The original Elon delivery timeline was 2023. We are in 2026. And China is not slowing down. So that will not happen. And this time docking is, we're going to dock with V3 with a modified adapter. They're going to have docking, but there will not be a crew transfer. Blue Origin, again, they did design a proper lunar system. It's like, okay, we're going to dock. That's why Blue Origin shared the animation, and SpaceX is like, hey, this is our render image. I'm like, didn't you show the exact same render image? I'm pretty sure it's 6-7 month old. There are not going to be any crew transfer, no air lock utilization and life support system testing. In Blue Origin, all of these will be tested. They are far ahead in the design of human landing system. This, I have no idea what it is. Like, how the heck this guy convinced the world, let's use second stage. I'm like, what if we throw away the second stage? Or heck, reuse the second stage, no problem. But third stage, man, there is supposed to be a third stage. Saturn V was a 3-stage rocket. You never tried, Chinese rockets are third stage, man. Like, why force the second stage to work as a third stage? So wasteful. But again, so NASA is stuck in a position where it's like, hey, at least one of you, A, launch, B, dock, C, transfer crew. Okay, this can't transfer crew, this should be able to transfer crew. And again, there is a full-fledged final electronic mock-up, as in astronauts will interact with the hardware and all that to verify whether they can actually operate with it during 0G and during spacesuit. As in, like, they will be wearing spacesuit, it will be uncomfortable. Can they handle it or not? So this is HLS hassle, so to say. Now there is a lot of chaos in this, simply because only recent few months, I would say after Jared Isaacman's finally getting awarded, there is a clear goal. The goal is not like give money to SpaceX. The goal is get results. And again, that's why deleting all other crap was necessary. So there is a final goal, and funding problem he solved internally. It's like, oh, SLS is consuming money, burn those stage 2 programs, delete that. We need a new second stage anyway, buy commercial. So funding he is sorting out, and direction. What are you doing? Go to the moon. When are you going? Before China. When is that? 2028. That's the internal timeline. Everything is clear. Timeline, deadline, and how the heck you're going to achieve it. And the funding. So all of that gives, first time I've seen, like, I've been running this channel for like 7 years. So this is the first time I've seen like that. Okay, this is what you are actually doing. Now, problem is human landing system is not where it needs to be for 2028. Like, we are still having this. It's like, oh, it's gonna reuse. It's like, dude, your rocket has not reached orbit. It's like not a stable orbit. Like, I launched it, I went into orbit, I deployed payload, I came back. Again, I'm not even talking about reuse. Reuse is secondary. Rocket's primary function is deploy stuff in orbit. Blue Origin at least had some success in that. At least they launched 3 times. 2 times they deployed in the orbit. Third time they had a minor malfunction. But then this happened. The whole pad got deleted. And I'm now pretty sure they should look into acquiring another pad, simply because if this was the smaller version of the rocket, they are working on a bigger version of rocket, that is 9X4. If that that would have deleted the pad. So it would be wise for them to have a second pad. So Starship needs a lot of cooking, like a lot of cooking, before they are finally ready to actually do human system. And not to mention Blue Origin's slow cadence now finally coming back to bite them. Actually, the irony is they're supposed to be able to launch 2-3 rockets very back to back, because they had built it. Like, the construction was ready. The hardware poverty they had, like in the early years, that was the main issue. They had too much hardware poverty, but finally they have sorted it out. The pad explodes and they do not have a backup pad. So likelihood of China succeeding is much higher now. Again, this is still booming and this went kaboom. So what the hell? And that would be so tragic, you know. It's like, you had so many years, you had everything sorted, and you could not create a proper design where it's like, hey, what the hell? How the heck are we supposed to land? Let's see what happens. So this was my presentation on Artemis 3. Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please hit the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me excitement. Please leave a comment, because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free. And as always, thanks for watching.